Good afternoon, welcome to our Thursday Live, mid-March 2021. I firstly want to thank everybody for the beautiful birthday wishes, all the effort to type those messages and just thinking of me. I'm also thinking of everyone that celebrates their birthday in the month of March. We had so much excitement the past 3 weeks. I'm going to share some of the behind the scenes with you in words today. So we had our book shoots in the Cape, absolutely beautiful. What a lovely place in our country. I think everybody that lives there, you need to appreciate the beauty and your surroundings every morning when you open your eyes. Had a lovely time there. We did an interview with Minky and we also start filming a show with Joe Black, but I'm not going to reveal more. We will give more details closer to time. So we had loads of excitement. There is or was in the Ideas magazine of January Flowerpots that were Ombre'S, and there were questions on how to do that. So I'm going to show you today how easy it is. The one that was on the picture that we sent this morning, I actually gave away as a gift. So we are going to do new ones. So on the pot over here, and I'm going to show you how it's done, we used 3 various charcoal colors. So we started with matte black at the bottom. Then we used cement gray. And then we used Labels Light at the top, just to give you color inspiration before we start. On this spot, it's not blended yet, but just to reveal the colors, it's almonds, aubergine, and then we used petunia, and right at the top, we used Davet. What you are going to need is paintbrushes. You can use one paintbrush. Due to time restrictions, I just have 3 different paintbrushes for 3 different colors. I am going to make use of Hamilton's Enzyme brushes. They've got the most lovely soft bristles. Remember, for good quality paint work, you do need good tools. I always feel and touch the bristles of paintbrushes, and then immediately you can feel whether it's soft, easy movable, and then you also know if your paint work is going to be beautiful. We are also going to use just normal kitchen sponges and your charcoal paint colors, and that's all you need, and a little bit of water that I've poured into this pot. Now the main tip for this technique is to enjoy it. We are going to do it on a furniture piece at a later live demo to show you how beautiful this technique is on furniture pieces as well. So I have planned, just to move this away, I have planned 3 colors on this pot, beautiful blues. So I have Godfrey's Glimpse, then I have Fine Lining and Coral Stone. And with this spot, I'm actually going to do the lighter color in the center, but you can play around. You can also use 3 very different colors, like a pink and a yellow and a green, like we've done in the Ideas magazine. It's completely up to you. I just want to remove the sponge. This is a different sponge. You can also use that, but I just found for a very seamless look and feel, a normal kitchen sponge works the best. Now with charcoal paint, this is the advantage. You don't need to prime. On Flowerpots, there is a video on our YouTube channel that shows tips when your flower pots are flaking, if there's cementy residues, how to treat that first. But these pots are normal cement pots, and I'm going to start with Godfrey's Glimpse at the bottom. So I dip my paintbrush in my paint and just paint a third of my pot with Godfrey's Glimpse. I'm not going to do the entire pot, just the front section so that you can get an idea of what I do. Then, in the center, I'm going to work with fine lining. What I've done on the pot where we are going to blend, Suzuki so perfectly painted stripes for me, but you don't need to work perfect. I'm simply on top of my Godfrey's glimpse, just move my paintbrush with my fine lining. And then right at the top, so imperfections doesn't matter, you'll see now where the two colors meet, how we're going to fix that. Right at the top, I'm working with coral stone. And at the end of this session, I will be sharing a picture of the spot when I'm done blending it. The reason is I need to wait for the paint colors now to dry. You can also, if you feel that a second coat is necessary, wait for the first coat to dry. Very important. Always allow your first coat to dry properly before you start applying your next coat of paint, else your paintbrush will just remove the first coat as you move along on the painted surface. So this is now my first coats. I'm quite happy with them. I won't even apply second coats, but you can if you want to. And I'm going to let this rest and dry. So what I have here, and I'm just going to move everything away, is I have a perfectly painted pot that Suzuki has done. Yours don't need to be this perfect at all. I promise. I'll send you that picture afterwards. And now we're going to work with the three colors that this pot is painted in. So it's velvet, petunia. How beautiful are these colors? I'm apologizing for the barking. Our Wi-Fi reception is better here than at the office, so we need to work from home for the live sessions. So there are the three colors, and now what you are going to need is a kitchen sponge. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet it in water, just normal tap water, and I'm squeezing hard to remove any excess water. On my drop sheet, I just dry it, and now the fun starts. You don't need to worry. Anything can be changed and fixed as you go along. This is a blending wash technique, so this is purely fun. Let's start with the darker colors at the bottom. So I dip the one end of my kitchen sponge in my darkest color, Almonds Aubergine, and the other end of my kitchen sponge in the medium color, the color that's in the middle. So I'm going to blend these two colors together on that line in Petunia. And here I have a clean piece of foam if I need any blending, and I have extra sponges on my table that I can also use, just an extra one, clean sponge. And what I do, I just dab the Almonds Aubergine on that line, but I'm also crossing the line to the lighter color. And work piece by piece at a time. And now I'm going to continue with my lighter color, and I dab. And what I can do is just take my clean, unused foam sponge, just dab along those lines to make sure the colors blend. And you work until you are satisfied with the outcome. If you want to add more, you can. Important is that both these colors are wet to be able to blend them together. And there I will fix it just with a dry sponge. And now I will continue to the top part. So what I'll do next is I will make sure my sponge on the one end has my petunia, the middle color, and at the other end my light color. So I dab where those two colors meet each other, first with my darker color. This is actually a lovely technique to do on a furniture piece. We just did a piece for the Painted Guide. It's an annual edition for the Home magazine, and we did it with Tina's terracotta and July. Exactly the same technique, but on a huge dresser, and it is absolutely beautiful. And we will show that next week, how it's done on a larger furniture piece. And now I continue with my lighter color. There you can see the colors are still wet, but the moment they dry, they just dry beautifully. Take a clean sponge. Let me just dip it. That one is dry. I'm just going to continue with the damp sponge. It does work better if the sponge is wet. And not completely dry, not completely wet, just damp. And I'm just playing, enjoying it, having fun, and make sure it looks beautiful. And my dry sponge needs to be damp. I'm going to use that part that's completely clean and just blend the colors in together. And when it's dry and you want to make any changes, you can absolutely do it. I just want to continue and play and have fun. There's the medium color, and now I'll continue with the rest of my pot. And as the paint colors dry, it will dry perfectly fine. So there's a section where the blending is done beautifully, and you can use it in your bathroom. You can use it to put a plant in it. You can use it to put your utensils in your kitchen in it. This is a quick, easy step. Different colors is beautiful. If you haven't seen the ideas issue of the January ideas issue, we will also be sharing some ideas of color combinations that can be used on these pots. Now this is today's blending technique. It's playful, it's fun, and it's done with only a normal kitchen sponge. Next week we will be working on a varnished surface, on a furniture piece, and we'll be sharing tips and ideas when working with light colors and when you blend on a furniture piece. My message for this week is anything is possible if you believe in yourself. So until we meet again, don't underestimate your own values and your own talents. Appreciate yourself, and everything that your hand touches can be something that's absolutely amazing by just believing in yourself. I'll be back next week. Send questions if you have any. If the pot is used outside to have plants in them, we do recommend to seal it with our clear glaze to make sure it's water and UV resistant. The clear glaze, you dilute 3 parts glaze, 1 part water, and the next day you wipe it on with a damp microfiber cloth. If you have any questions, any uncertainties, we are always there to help and assist. Stay safe, stay positive, believe in yourself, and we'll be back next week.